So in this lecture I'm going to show you how to configure PortFast. PortFast is a protocol that's an enhancement for spanning tree, and it's only available to be configured on access ports. So that's where you have hosts, that's desktop, laptops connected. You can't configure it on interlinks. It's just for an access port. So in this example, I'm going two hosts, and they're going to be in the same VLAN on switch 1. And when I configure PortFast, what it does is it permits the switch to put the switch port immediately in forwarding mode. Forwarding is a port state for spanning tree, so it doesn't have to wait for the election to occur, because it doesn't participate in the election of spanning tree or root bridge. So what happens is you can start forwarding packets immediately. So it allows for better convergence, better performance. So in this example, there's two hosts. They'll be assigned to VLAN 10. So what I'll do is I'll select switch 1, command line, go enable, and sign on. I'll do configure terminal. And here I'm at configuration. So what I'll do is I'm going to create a VLAN 10. I'll give it a name called data. I'll go back up one level, and then I'm going to configure the ports FA01. So I'm going to start with this port here, 01, and I'm going to make it an access port. I'll assign it to VLAN 10. Okay, at this point I want to enable PortFast. So I'll go spanning tree PortFast. So PortFast is enabled. So this message is talking of bridging loops and not to configure it on anything but an access port. So not configure it on ports that connect switches. So I'm going to go exit. Now I'm going to do the next interface, FA11. Make sure that's correct, yeah. And I'm going to just configure the port. Switch port mode access. And I'm going to assign the same port to VLAN 10 as well. Then I'll enable PortFast on this as well. So spanning tree, same command, spanning tree PortFast. So spanning tree PortFast. So those are the three commands. It's the same thing there, same, telling you not to put on anything but an access port. So I'll go and save the configuration, copy run to start. Now I want to make sure it's active. So it's kind of a long command. With PortFast, you go show spanning tree interface, then the interface number, and then PortFast. So I'll start with 01 first of all. So there's an example here. It's going to tell me where they're enabled. So it's telling me that 1 is the default VLAN for switch. So it's always enabled. It's just enabled for the switch. Specifically, the port is assigned to VLAN 10. It's enabled. It tells me that spanning tree is enabled for it. So I'm just going to up arrow. I'm going to go to 1.1 and make sure that's enabled for PortFast as well. And it is enabled. So that works quite well. If I go here, show VLAN, and go brief. there's data and it's active on 01. So that tells me that VLAN 10 is the data VLAN it's active on, only 01 and 02. Anything else just gets the default VLAN 1. And that concludes the lecture on PortFast.